Ladies and gentlemen, I love that we get to spend this special time together, you and me. Oh, me and you. Welcome back to part 4 of the Casual Commentators audio-visual commentary on 2004 movie. 2004, that's funny. I can't say it right. I can never say it right. The Butterfly Effect, starring Ashton Kutcher, the movie where a single butterfly can make Albert Einstein. I couldn't think of anything. Let's go right back into it. So the third episode ended off with Ashton Kutcher going back in time and altering the memory of. Put this down. Can I just do that? Yep. Altering the memory of that the movie that Kaylee's dad was making. He hops in there and threatens, and movie never gets made. Changing history once more, and now Ashton Kutcher is in fact a frat boy. So let's see how this plays out.
Hey, Mom. It's me. And hey, Chuck. I'm just calling to say hi. Just give me a call back.
Evan tries to call his mom. Nothing happening.
Doctor, do you know what time it is?
What's the matter? You lost your Rolex? Fuck you, frat boy!
So we see this interesting change of pace. Evan's former roommate, Thumper. Evan's roommate, Thumper, in this timeline is not Evan's friend. And it appears that Evan has slotted himself into that category of people that earlier in the film were throwing shit at Thumper. So, sort of get where the big thump's coming from.
2 more weeks until your psych projects are due.
About that essay I missed last week. We're still okay with the extension.
You are?
Definitely. Trayvon.
Well, the answer's no, Mr. Trayvon. Now, please take your seat. The exam is about to begin. Right, settle down, everyone. The exam will begin in 1 minute.
Get off me, asshole. You guys started that shit.
So Ashton Kutcher tries to go to his teacher and ask him about an essay. Apparently his teacher doesn't know who he is. It's not that big of a classroom. But
Evan, you're hysterical.
Evan goes and sits back down, prepared to take a test.
Study class?
We'll find out.
Me neither.
So his friend pulls out some of the answers. I don't know why his buddy brought 2. I guess just he's that good of a friend.
Holy shit. But these are the answers.
Damn, Evan. Keep it on the DL.
Might be my favorite line in the movie. Damn, Evan. Keep it on the DL.
I want to do something special for Kaylee tomorrow night. So, if I said that I need some help from you and the brothers,
That's simple to me. Get the pledges to do it.
You may begin now.
That's sort of a realistic. I mean, I'm not in Greek life, but from what I understand, the pledges kind of get the bottom of the totem pole treatment. It's like Evan and Kaylee are enjoying a night.
So good. Oh my god. Where'd you learn those new tricks?
Oh, yeah. It wasn't weird, was it?
Yeah, if you call them multiple orgasms, it's weird.
That's a loud phone. That hurt my ears.
Hello?
Fuck 'em.
So Ashton picks up the phone, immediately gets hung up. weird.
Oh,
I think Ashton's just trying to soak in the moment right now.
what do you think it is about us that makes us so perfect? I mean, why did you sneak out to visit me after I moved away?
Because I missed you. What do you think, my dad could have stopped me from seeing you? What's he gonna do? Oh my gosh, my toes are numb.
Do you think that we'll be together forever?
That is the plan, isn't it? Hell or high water.
So, interesting little scene going on here. It's sort of diving into the sort of bad dialogue, bad performance area, but I really don't know what I was about to say. I just lost. I was going to say something about Hell or High Water, that movie with Chris Pine and I think some other people were in that movie, but yeah, I was just going to mention again how sort of I don't know, it's weird how Ashton Kutcher is sort of reacting this way, saying, oh, we're so perfect, we're going to be together forever, yet he conveniently forgot about her for 7 years, and the only reason that he was reminded of her was because he was about to hook up with another girl who sent him on this memory trip back. That's one of the big problems that's sort of underlying this, is I can't really get invested and believe in this, because I'm shown that, because this Ashton Kutcher right here is still the same Ashton Kutcher from before, the one that goes back in time. He still retains himself. He just transported into that timeline, sort of like a multiverse theory type setting. But that's the same Ashton Kutcher. So that's the same Ashton Kutcher that forgot about her for 7 years. I don't really buy it. That's the thing.
Yeah. I was just making sure.
Also, he's just awkward.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Ashton Kutcher's kind of awkward in this.
Alright. All your rushes, you know what you have to do for me.
Pledges. Or pledges, sir. Brother Evan. Sir.
So the scene shifts from a little tender moment between Kaylee and Evan to the pledges lined up out front of the old frat house, as the boys call it, and they're all caked in some sort of material. I'm really not sure what it is. I could go in a number of different guesses, but they're probably not right. And it just sort of makes me wonder why we didn't see what had happened like 10 minutes prior to this scene. Because it's not really referenced what they were poured on, like why they got messy, so there's really no point in having it. I don't really understand why it's in the film in the first place. But we do get a glimpse of frat boy Evan right here.
What? What'd you say to me? Yo, give me the Greek alphabet. Give it to me. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, alpha, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, epsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega, sir. Maybe that's what it is. Don't fucking look at me. Look down.
So Ashton sort of snaps into frat boy mode and he's a huge, massive dick. I guess that fits.
All right. So you
Ashton, he sort of looked like Adam Scott as well, or Adam Scott looks like Ashton Kutcher. I'm not sure which one is older.
Any trouble? You tell him I said it was okay. What? Shower that bitch.
So then, that scene is so weird because there's just so many unnecessary elements that are distracting from the central point. The central point was Evan snapping into frat boy mode and snapping out. I feel like that was the central point of that scene. So everything with them being really dirty, his frat bro tossing that beer on the pledge, it's just unnecessary. It doesn't lead to anything. There's no confrontation. There's just no point. I don't know why it's in the film. But we're at the frat house later that evening. Ashton Kutcher is dressed up very nicely. So is Kaylee. And the pledges have arranged for this nice little outdoorsy thing. They're throwing petals on them. It's very cute.
Wow.
Nice ambiance.
Thank you. Why are you doing this, Sharon?
When I woke up this morning, I saw your smile. That smile. And I knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you.
So, this is sort of Ashton Kutcher proposing, I guess, when he says he wants to spend the rest of his life with her. I do want to make a mention of, I believe in the scene when he goes to the professor and then takes the test, he says, hey, can you get the guys for something tomorrow? I don't think he says tonight. I could be wrong on that. But then here he says in the morning of today. So it's just the timing of it's sort of weird. I don't know if someone forgot to keep it consistent, the continuity of everything, or I'm just forgetting. That's also a possibility. But then the other thing that's just in the back of my mind as I'm watching this is he forgot about her for 7 years. That's just, it feels like the film glosses over the fact that he never contacted her. He never made an effort to maintain the relationship, and yet I'm supposed to believe that the second he is in contact with her and is able to see her, he's just instantly gonna marry her. It's far-fetched. I'm not saying it's impossible by any means, but I'm just saying it doesn't really seem believable given what's already been established.
I've been looking all over for you, man. Someone trashed your car.
Then some douchebag, probably named Chad, comes in, informs Ashton Kutcher that his car is trashed.
What the?
And his car is literally trashed. Like, it is.
Who did it?
Oh,
Probably those beta fuckers.
boy. His car is obliterated.
Oh, how did somebody get away with this right in front of the frat house?
It's a funny throwaway line. No, I guess it's not. I keep calling things throwaway lines. He's just like, how could this happen in front of the frat house? It's just, I don't know. Ashton Kutcher does not sell that line at all. Also, in this sequence of scenes when he is in the frat boy persona, it looks like they took the blur effect and just blurred his face out because he doesn't look, I don't know, there's like no creases on his face. So they either really padded him with makeup or, because I mean he looks more immaculate than Kaylee. I don't know.
It's my fault. I should have told you he was released a few weeks ago.
Yeah, might have been nice.
So it's implied that Tommy's back.
Evan, don't even joke. He's not gonna hurt you, okay? He's just trying to scare you away from me.
I highly doubt that.
My dog. You don't remember that?
Evan, it's not his fault. You know how bad he had it when we were kids.
Oh no, don't give me this bad upbringing shit. You turned out just fine.
My father never laid a hand on me. It's like that prick saved it all for Tommy.
And so this is the sort of realization, and this is where I thought that the plot really got a lot deeper. I thought it really took a. I don't know. There's consequences. There's some very severe consequences that are laying throughout this, and that's what I really enjoyed on my first viewing. And this line especially sort of, I don't know, it illuminated the fact that what Ashton Kutcher did really impacted. I mean, it really had an effect, the butterfly effect, on what occurred after he popped back in time. So when he popped back in time to the camera, his dad treated Kaylee like the daughter that a loving father would treat his great daughter. But Tommy didn't get the same treatment. Ashton didn't make sure to say, oh, by the way, don't touch Tommy either. You know, it's sort of like you got to cover all bases. And in this instance, Ashton realizes for the first time, oh, shucks, what I've done can really impact the future.
We'll let campus security deal with it. Okay.
You know, I think I should sleep alone.
So, three interesting things that I noticed on the first viewing, but oh boy, in the second viewing, I'm getting hit with everything, boys and girls. So, Ashton says we'll let campus security deal with it. We don't see him calling campus security. I'm sort of confused if they were involved at all. I don't know why you would mention the line if it doesn't go anywhere. I don't know. Because now they're walking through the woods, it looks like. The forest, almost. Are they going to let campus security know? Are they going to inform campus security? Why are they walking this way? And then Kaylee says, I should sleep alone. Why would you sleep alone? Ashton Kutcher can be there to protect you. I don't know.
I'm staying with you.
Evan, I don't want Tommy to see us together right now.
No, I lost you once and I'm not losing you again.
What do you mean you lost me once? Evan, you never lost me. What are you talking about?
And this is sort of, that line right there sort of not emphasizes, but it confirms my thoughts, because I was sort of confused on the first viewing about whether or not he was the same person when he would go back in time. It was the same Ashton from that first timeline, or if this was frat Ashton. But that line right there when he says, I lost you once, that confirms to me that it's still the Ashton, which only further emphasizes the fact that he forgot about her for 7 years, didn't contact her, didn't make an effort. So this is, I mean, a lot of this is just sort of,
God, you've been acting so weird lately.
Look, my car just got wrecked, okay? I'm kind of freaking out.
I know that, but your accents change. You don't even walk the same.
Well, I walk differently?
I mean, that dinner tonight, it was so beautiful. It was gorgeous. But it just wasn't you.
Is this something nice for you?
Wait.
I really like that exchange right there. It points out something that I think a lot of audience members would have caught on by now and would have had questions on their own. This Ashton doesn't belong in any of these timelines. He doesn't belong. And so it's really nice and refreshing to have other characters notice, like, hey man, you're kind of acting weird. You're not acting like the Ashton we know. I really enjoyed that on my first viewing.
Isn't that your jacket?
Also, this was stupid. So, this is like straight out of Scooby-Doo. So, they notice his neon yellow jacket under a tree. I don't know why Tommy picked that tree. Did Tommy know that they were going to be walking to that specific location? Tommy couldn't have known that. Why would Tommy put the jacket there? Jacket's there anyways, and so they go and wander over like idiots. Ashton bends down to pick it up, and Tommy comes out from behind the tree.
You stay away from this, you sick fuck.
Oh, get this bus shit. Like I'd ever lay a hand on my own sister.
Also, adult Tommy's accent is so... It's so weird. I guess it's a product of him being in juvie, but he's got like this weird, like, New York, my own sister. I'd ever lay a hand on my own sister. It's this weird accent that he's got that I don't think, because there's as the movie progresses, you see that there's other instances of Tommy being in timelines as well. I don't think that any of them have this stupid accent.
Real nice for yourself, Evan. You got a nice life. You got nice friends. Not to mention you're fucking my sister.
My
Not a
sister.
bad piece of ass if I say so myself.
Shut up, Tommy!
Oh, come on. That's a compliment.
Alright, what are you doing, man? What the
Oh,
fuck?
it's not good enough that the whole fucking world loves you. But you gotta take the only thing on this earth that doesn't think that I'm a piece of shit?
Tommy, you know I love you.
I
Look, no one thinks that you're a piece of shit, Tom. Oh, yeah? What was it you said? I believe it was, sick fuck! Tommy!
So, Tommy now is beating him with the world's smallest aluminum baseball bat that has ever been seen. And it's just a common thread that Tommy, whenever he attacks someone, he succeeds very easily. I mean, no one puts up really any defense at all. This is like the third time that Ashton Kutcher has been attacked by Tommy in his life, and he still gets hit instantly. So, now Ashton Kutcher's on the ground. Kaylee's running away. Tommy's kicking. So, I want to paint this to you guys listening to this. So, Ashton Kutcher's, he's laying on the ground, and Tommy's above him, and he's really, I mean, it's implied that he's about to come in and knock Ashton Kutcher's brains out. Ashton has the wherewithal to take out the pepper spray, give Tommy a little 1-2, and Tommy is impaired. He's tossing the baseball bat.
Stop it! You're gonna kill him! You're a fucking maniac! Oh, Dennis, I'm begging you!
You ruined Lenny's life. You killed Parker. You killed that woman and her baby. Now you're trying to kill me.
So here's an interesting change of events that doesn't really make any sense at all. So after Ashton Kutcher incapacitates Tommy by spraying pepper spray literally into his mouth, which must have been unbelievably painful, Ashton is now on top of him and punching him. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ashton Kutcher, because this is the same Ashton Kutcher from the timeline. Remember, this is the same guy. So this guy was the one that was studying. He was doing this extreme experimental study on how memory loss, and so obviously it's implied that he's very smart and intelligent. So why would he make this mistake? I get you're getting caught up in the moment. I understand that, but this, all Ashton Kutcher has to do in this moment is back off. Tommy's on the ground. His eyes are just gone. His mouth is on fire. Just back off. But instead you jump on him and you start punching him, and then you take the bat, and that's where I mean, Ashton Kutcher straight up kills Tommy with the smallest baseball bat in the world. He's, after punching him, he grabs the bat and then plants it in his dome. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. That wouldn't happen. You don't, like, here's the thing. I understand getting caught up in the moment. Sure, I'll let a couple punches go. But then you back off. You don't kill him. You don't kill him. And so this is, by the way, this is another instance of where the blood just doesn't make any sense. There's no blood, and then the next shot there's blood on him. And then the next shot after that, there's even more blood on him. And so then the next shot, there's even more blood on him. And it's all in different places. I don't understand what the continuity is, but there's blood, like, in different places. And he's just standing there. Like, I don't know how this blood is traveling, but now the campus security shows up, and Ashton Kutcher is in full mount on Tommy, and Tommy's dead, and Ashton Kutcher killed him. So, way to go, Ashton Kutcher. Goodbye. Goodbye, Ashton. So, we cut to a prison, and this was sort of, I mean, this was interesting the first time around, narratively. I thought it was a cool place to go. We sort of see Ashton is now, the first thing that I thought of was, oh no, Ashton is trapped. He's trapped in the prison without the books. What's he going to do? We'll find out next episode. Tune in next time, boys and girls.